would have had to take another year in the Army.
So.
So I didn't want to take another year in the
Yeah.
Army. But basically, when you went in the Army, everybody was from basic training is trained as a combat infantry medic.
Mm-hmm.
Or, no, as a combat infantryman.
Okay.
And no matter what your job was behind the scenes, if you were a bookkeeper or whatever, if they needed infantry, you were infantry.
So they taught everybody how to do that job.
Everybody was infantry.
Did you see a lot of combat?
I didn't see a lot. I was only there 3 months till I got wounded, so I saw some.
You did
yes.
see it. Could you tell me a couple of your most memorable experiences?
Well, good or bad.
Either one, whatever sticks out in your head the most.
I had some good experiences in Vietnam when we were at Cameron Bay. I was there for about a week or so.
Mm-hmm.
They had some good things. They had NCO clubs, and they were basically like taverns. And the one we went to had a band. It was all Vietnamese that could play Beatle music like John, George, Paul, and Ringo, but when they got away from the stage, you couldn't speak a word of English.
They were just...
No.
Well, that's interesting. So, these Vietnamese singers, did you guys like them, or was it still kind of...
Oh, they were good because we were away from home,
Mm-hmm.
you know. Like I said, 8 weeks of basic, 8 weeks of AIT, advanced, the medic was advanced individual training. That was like 16 weeks.
Yeah.
So listening to a good band was good. It was good.
Felt like home. Were there many casualties in your unit?
We had casualties. Like I said, I was only out in combat for 2 months,
Mm-hmm.
and but we didn't have any. Nobody was killed while I was there. We had some bad injuries. We had my first what am I trying to say? My first patient, whatever, took a bullet in the mouth. He was sitting right next to me. He took a bullet in the mouth and went through and came back, hit his spinal cord, but he was living when we put him on a medevac.
Do you know if he lived or?
No, I never found out.
Never found out. Were you awarded any medals or citations?
I was awarded the basic Vietnam citations, group citations, whatever, and was also awarded the Purple Heart when I got wounded.
You got your purple medal for getting wounded in the arm, right?
Yeah.
How did you stay in touch with your family while in service?
Just by writing letters.
Writing letters. What was the food like in Vietnam?
When we were in base camp in Cameron Bay, it was pretty good actually. And then when we went out in the field, we ate sea rations, which is a box, cardboard box, with different cans of whatever in it. And you warmed them up on whatever you had, if we had a fire or whatever, or you ate it cold. It was like beans and franks and ham and cabbage and pound cake and peaches and each had a little kind of a dessert in it, and it wasn't really that good, but it kept you alive.
Better than nothing.
Well, I lost. I went from 186 pounds down to 155 in 3 months. I lost 30 pounds while I was there.
From not having enough food, or just from the
Well, you get sick and
stress?
yeah.
So did you have plenty of supplies though, such as clothes, food,
No clothes.
ammunition?
Clothes. The first time after I went to the field, the first time I changed clothes was like 3 weeks after I got out there.
Oof.
When we got there, you had to have all your name and whatever sewn on all your uniforms, and you left them in base camp, and you went out, and then when it came time to change clothes, they had like 3 piles: small, medium, and large. And you just took your old shirt off and threw it on a pile and put on a.
Did you ever get the ones with your names on them
Never
back?
got them back.
Never got them back.
Well, when I left country, when I got wounded, I left on a medevac and went straight to the hospital, or field hospital, kind of like MASH. And then I went to Da Nang, and they took the shrapnel out of my arm, and then I went to Yokohama, Japan after that. And then I went from there to California, and then I went to Fitzsimmons General in Denver.
Wow.
Yeah, and
You
then
traveled a lot.
in the hospital in like corduroy pajamas that we wore.
Oh, you're styling.
Yeah, we were styling. Yeah.
So when you were in the medevac hospital or whatever, did you see a lot of injuries? And
Yeah, there was. It made me feel bad that I only had this little shrapnel wound, basically scratch compared to some of the guys we had. When you're in a hospital and you're in there with burn victims and guys lost their legs and their arms, and it's not a good place to be.
no. So did you feel the pressure or stress while in Vietnam?
I guess, yeah, everybody feels the stress. It's not a good way to live, and you're constantly on the edge because you don't
So you're never really calm.
know when you're going to be hit by the enemy. You don't know.
Always gotta be on the
And you
lookout.
have to be, you can't hardly take your boots off because
You gotta be ready to go.
you got to be ready to go.
So, quick question. When you were flying to Vietnam, what were the feelings like on the plane or with
It
all
was
the
very
friends?
quiet.
Very quiet.
The closer we got, the quieter it got.
Was anyone like really nervous, almost like nauseous feeling?
No, I don't think so. Well, I can't answer for anybody else, but
Did you feel kind of?
well, you didn't want to be there.
I'd
You did
imagine.
not want to be there. Flying in war is just, it's bad. You don't want to be there. But yet, it's your job, so you know what you're going to, but you don't really want to do it.
You just know you gotta.
You got to do it.
Was there anything special you did for good luck? Any-
Not really.
No.
Well, I carried a Bible, a little pocket Bible, like almost everybody did.
Mhm.
That's about all I ever did.
Did you bring that from home, or did they give you?
No,
that?
they gave you that.
They gave you that.
Yeah.
So, other than Vietnamese Beatles singers, how did you guys entertain yourselves?
Oh, out in the field, there wasn't much entertainment going on. When they did, when right before I got wounded, they brought semis out. We were like guarding a bridge, and they brought some semi trailers out with Coke and beer, and you could buy it, off of the semi. It wasn't free; you had to buy it.
Oh, you had.
Well, but it was only a couple dollars or whatever. But we had no ice or refrigeration.
So it was.
It
Warm.
was hot soda or hot beer.
Hot beer. Did that go down good?
It went down fine. It went down fine. In fact, to this day, which is what, 69, 70, 30, 42 years,
Mhm.
I can still drink hot
You
beer.
can still drink hot beer
I can still drink hot beer.
or hot soda.
It's amazing.